In tennis, Grand Slams are often presented as the obsession of every tennis player. They're not. The obsession of most tennis players is to survive financially. Then about 100 of them are obsessed with moving up the rankings, which leaves about 5 to 10 dudes who are actually obsessed with winning a slam. And only 2 who actually seem able to do it right now. Still, Grand Slams are what matters the most. Today, we will focus on the youngest, the drunkest, and the furthest away from civilization. The Australian Open. Created in 1905, the Australian Open is the most recent one and for a long time has been also the less prestigious of all Grand Slams. Why so? Because Australia is so freaking far. Up till the 50s, it took about 45 days of boat to get there. Nobody wanted to do that. Take Anthony Wilding, tennis's first superstar. The man was a Kiwi. Now, come on, a man from New Zealand. He won 11 Grand Slams, was a war hero and died in combat. While he himself, who had family around, wouldn't come back to play the AO. Imagine what it was like for everyone else.
Okay, Bill Tilden, here's your travel schedule. You play Madrid, then 5 hours of train to Rome, then 10 hours to France, then change in Geneva, then another 10 hours to Rotterdam, then 45 days of boat to Melbourne, then you...
Wait, what?
What?
45 days on a boat? That, man. You spent 45 days on a boat.
Come on, man. It's super easy to win it. There are only 10 people playing it anyway.
Which is true, by the way. In 1910, only 10 players played it because it was held in Perth, which was too far even for Australian players within Australia. Its prestige started to grow when Australians dominated tennis from the 50s till the mid-70s, with players like Ken Rosewall, Roy Emerson, Margaret Court, John Newcombe, later on Ivan Goolagong, and of course the most famous of all, the man who gave his name to the tournament's main court and the only player to ever achieve the calendar Grand Slam twice, Rod Laver. But it's only really since 1982, when players like Lendl, McEnroe and Philander started playing it, that it truly meant something to win it. In 2008, a 20-year-old Djokovic won his first Grand Slam there and decided he liked the place enough to win 9 others, record still holding.
But Margaret Court won it.
Thank you, Batman. The Australian Open plays on fast, hard court, which favors all-around type of players, meaning pretty much every top player. Compared to the other hardcore slam, the US Open, it plays faster and bounces lower and is hot and dry versus hot and humid in New York. So players with methodical, powerful baseline games and compact swings are rewarded. And this sentence totally sounds like it was made by AI because it kind of was. Basically, it was meant for these guys. So the courts are fast, but the heat can slow things down, like in 2009 when Jo-Wilfried Tsonga's shoes started to melt on court. It is these conditions that have turned the tournament into a man versus nature experience. If you survive the incredibly hot and dry conditions, you're still at the mercy of the wildlife that sometimes invades the court in a country where pretty much anything could kill you, from venomous snakes to Nick Kyrgios style. Come on, Nick, the second button rule. If it's for spitting bullshit venom, at least do it well dressed. I think it's time to admit that the people in charge of choosing locations for Grand Slams had no fucking clue what they were doing. Henry, are you sure it's a good idea? Of course not, but I promised my mistress we would go kangaroo hunting for her 90th birthday.
I want to see Chris Hemsworth naked.
I mean, it makes as much sense as playing the most important open tournament in a country where it rains literally every 3 days. Nah, it'd be alright. I mean, if there's a bridge to be built between 2 commercial roads and the conditions are tough for the workers, fair enough. You can't build this bridge somewhere else, that's the whole point of building the bridge in the first place. Well, tennis doesn't work that way. At all. You can play it anywhere in places with friendlier conditions.
Like the Emirates!
Exactly, like the— wait, what? The Australian Open is known as the Happy Slam for 2 reasons. 1. The fact that Aussies are known to be a happy people. 2. The fact that drinking shitloads of beer tends to make you happier. Or aggressive.
Oh, steady on now.
But as Rafa said in one of his memorable interviews, sometimes there's people for everything around the world.
Sometimes, there is people for everything around the world.
Djokovic-Nadal 2012, the longest Grand Slam final ever, and one of the best matches of all time. Nadal-Verdasco 2009, maybe the best match of the past 20 years with a non-Hall of Famer in it. If this were a final instead of a semi, it would probably go top 10, but you know the drill.
If doesn't exist.
Nadal-Medvedev 2022, for the drama, what was at stake. Federer-Nadal 2017, for the— wait, is there one memorable match without Nadal? Serena, okay, yeah, that one's okay. Right, this was just insane. I mean, Murat was from another planet, man. Oh, and Celis's last slam before she got stabbed, beating Graf again and bringing her to 8 slams at 20 years old? Come on. Okay, let's finish with this one. Ash Barty, one of the classiest, most sympathetic and with a great style tennis player, and the first Aussie to win a title in 44 years. Federer crying and Nadal embracing, which really showed a whole new angle to the definition of rivalry. The Djokovic scandal, and the payback. Djokovic won the most AOs by a landslide, but he also had the worst moment in his career there in 2022. Talk about love-hate. That's it. There are 2 top moments, ever. Seriously though, I gotta pick up my kid at school, so I gotta cut this short. You see, this is why I need more people working with me. I can't have a wife, a kid, a job, time to surf, play the drums, and still produce complete tennis videos. Anyway, I still hope you're less dumber than you were 5 minutes ago about the Australian Open, and see you for the next video.